Hello and welcome to A Cook Back in Time. Today we're deep in the heart of the Chilterns to get a different angle on the 17th century. Our guest chef, Veronica Shaw, is all steamed up to cook a fabulous Puritan spread. Carp in a rich sauce, a frumenty of cracked wheat, a tangy spinach condiment and a flourish of floury salad to feed an authentic expert who at the moment is out trying to catch his own supper. The 17th century was a turbulent and formative era in English history. It began with the death of Elizabeth I, was divided by civil war, which was followed by the restoration of the monarchy with Charles II. One man whose life spanned this exciting era in English history was the author Isaac Walton, who was born at the start of the century and lived to the grand old age of 90. Walton made a name for himself as a biographer of the famous theologians of the time. But it was his book about angling that immortalised his name in history. Surprisingly, angling was one of the most fashionable pastimes of the era, and the craze was popularised by Walton's book The Complete Angler, first published in 1653. The amazing popularity of this book is highlighted by the fact that it's been in continuous print since 1750, and the only other books to achieve this are the Bible and Pilgrim's Progress. Isaac Walton lived hundreds of years ago.
350 years ago.
Did he really influence you?
He did, because his book, Complete Angler, which I read when I was at school, whilst I got into fishing when I was in my teens, say 12 years of age, he wrote of an area which I lived in, which was North London as we know it now, and he wrote of Tottenham and Hackney Marshes and how the River Lee and what he used to catch 300 odd years ago. And this was the bit that I was enchanted because I had the history of how, and I went to the places that he mentioned in the book. And this got me into fishing more, and it intrigued me what they did then and what we do now.
Mike, why is this sport called angling?
Angles. Rod, the line comes off the end, it's an angle. Mm-hmm. And that's how it's an angling. It's through bringing things through an angle.
So that's our modern rod.
Yeah.
How different is it from the rods in Isaac Walton's day?
Oh, it's still, the only similarity is that they're long, straight sticks.
Yeah.
But in Isaac Walton's day, they look like that. Stick that together like that.
Yes.
And then you've got the pole sticking out like that. Looks a bit crooked, but they weren't straight because nothing in nature is straight. They got it from, and they've got this bit of line on the end like that. They'd use this to strike the bite, say, because they'd find the fish running, and then they'd drop this. This would be of no use anymore.
Yeah.
This would be thrown behind them, literally.
Yes.
And then they would literally put it on a hand winder, and they'd just haul the fish in, and the fish would be in on the bank in whatever it took.
Well, Mike, we've got the rod, and we need a carp. So would you go off and get us a carp with an Isaac Walton copy rod?
I could try, couldn't I?
You could. But I'm going to ask you to do something else too. Would you mind wearing the costume of the day?
You got one that fits?
Well, I think so. Will you do that for us?
Yes.
I'm just longing to see what other people think.
Good morning.
While we're waiting for Mike to catch something, I met up with our guest chef Veronica Shaw at her delightful Elizabethan cottage to create some accompanying 17th century dishes.
Do you think they're going to catch this fish today?
He looked fairly confident.
Did he? Oh, good. Well, anyway, if there's a chance that they do, I thought we could perhaps put with it a lovely dish of spinach with orange. It actually comes from Samuel Pepys from his library. He was a great connoisseur and lover of great food, and he put together this recipe, and it's wonderful.
What's it called?
Well, it's called a spinach and orange condiment. Because it was fairly rich and it would balance well with either meat or, in this case, this rather rich fish dish that we hope we're going to get.
Like sort of mint sauce or apple
yeah,
jelly
it's all
or
mustardy sort of thing, yes. Although it's not mustard, but we're going to put them together and we've got sort of spiciness coming out of the orange. If you'd be so kind as to grate that and then squeeze it, that would be great. And I'm going to just do a little bit of garnishing with the rest of this. Because we've got this great mountain of spinach there, which of course will cook down to Probably nothing, yes.
So you buy these huge packs and there's only enough for one, really.
That's right, yes. Okay, Jan, while you're doing that, I'm going to go and start this spinach off over here. I'm going to melt some butter and put about a tiny spoonful of vinegar in there with it. And when you finish the orange, that would be great because we can put that in as well. They are, aren't they? And we're going to wilt this great big bundle of spinach down. I'm going to actually put some nutmeg in there while it's while this is mixing over here, melting down.
Oh wow, I've got so much juice for you, it's nearly coming out the top.
Oh, we might have too much actually. Let's have a look. That's brilliant, thank you very much. Okay, let's put a couple of spoons in there. Lovely. And then we're going to put this into it and watch it sort of wilt down to absolutely nothing.
How long will that take?
Oh, it only takes a couple of minutes actually. So you can see it actually disappearing already. We don't actually really want to cook it because this is very young baby spinach. So we're really just sort of coating it. Okay, so we're just going to put this together on the plate, very, very simply. And we can put nice buttery orangey juices over the top of it.
Looks lovely. And some of the recipes, the best are the simplest,
The simplest, absolutely. And we'll just garnish it with a little bit of fresh orange around like this. There you are.
Looks great.
Mr. Samuel Pepys, spinach with orange.
So what's this dish that we're cooking? Oh, I'm supposed to use the green bits, aren't I? I was chopped
You
those
can
away.
use it doesn't matter actually, you can use all of it actually, whatever you like. We're actually going to do a frumenty today.
That's what?
Well, it's basically cracked wheat, and of course in the times that we're talking about, this was quite a staple to accompany either meat or fish. Sometimes it was even sweetened with sugar and cream and made into a pud.
Well, I was going to ask if it was a pud because
It
you've
looks
got,
like it,
you've
doesn't
got
it?
nuts and
Yes.
dates and things like that.
Well, they loved, of course, lots of sweet things with their meat.
Was that to hide the taste of the bad meat?
No, I think that's very unfair, actually. People always say that. Of course, they put lots of spices in, and it was all because the meat was so rotten. But in fact, that really wasn't the case. They just loved good food and lots of spices and lots of herbs and interesting combinations.
I'm not sure how much of this to do, as we don't know whether we're even going to get a fish. Let alone
No,
what
I
size
know.
it
It's
will
very
be.
difficult to decide. I mean, I've got some cracked wheat here, and I've soaked it. What we did was, I don't know if it's going to be enough, but I've put some vegetable stock and to this amount of cracked wheat, put it in here for about 10 minutes.
Oh,
And
only
it's-
that long?
Yes, it's a nice quick dish to do. You don't have to spend hours slaving over the stove for this one.
Right.
And I'm going to add to it some chopped dates, like that, and some pistachio nuts. We've just roasted those and put a little bit of salt on them. So we're going to put those in as well.
I'm constantly surprised at the things they had, the rich had readily available, which
Yes,
we're
isn't
only
it?
really now seeing on supermarket shelves with any regularity.
Absolutely right.
today.
Yes, yes. And everyone thinks about English food being so boring, but in fact, way back, it was really so incredibly interesting.
Didn't it, for whatever reasons, I don't know, didn't it get boring in the Victorian period?
Yes, it did. It certainly did.
I mean, we were not renowned for our cooking, and yet when you look back over the centuries, there was some fantastic stuff.
Absolutely right. This is dill I've just put into here. Jan, that's probably... Actually, you could add that little bit in there as well. Would you like to? That would be great. And we'll have all those onions you've just so carefully chopped up, which is brilliant. That's wonderful, thank you.
Is that all we do with the frumenty, or is it cooked, or...?
No, that's all we do, and it's now ready. Well, we're going to make a salad, actually, a compound salad, a winter salad, to go with the carp, which is best eaten between sort of December and January, maybe November as well. So these would have been traditionally the ingredients that were available at the time. Like we've got raisins, marinated olives, pickled cabbage, some currants, some toasted almonds, dill cucumber, pickled, some little capers, salted capers, some chopped herbs, and we also put in some little dried rose petals, because those would have been the winter ingredients. This is nice. Now this is lovely mixture of leaves that was very, very traditional, and flowers.
Could you eat them all?
Of course
All
you
of them?
can. Yes, all
Including
of them.
daisies?
Pansies, daisies. We've got rose petals in here, and really, really lovely, sweet combination with lots of nice fresh herbs.
And it would have been served on a sort of trencher like this?
It could well have been, yes. I'm just sprinkling some
What do I do
fresh
with
thyme
them?
on. Just put them in little piles around, as traditionally one developed all these lovely piles of food around the thing so that everyone could choose themselves. Because say, for example, you were allergic to olives, for example, that I'm putting here, then you could just say to yourself, OK, I'm not going to bother with olives, and I'll make my salad up. It was sort of like a DIY, actually, almost.
I want some colour, if you don't
Yes,
mind.
there is quite a bit of colour lacking in this, because everything was dried, of course, for the winter time. And then we can sprinkle a little bit of rose petal, dried rose petal over it. Brilliant. And then to give it a sort of a nice summery flavour, let's put some of this. This is a mixture of blueberries and raspberries, so perhaps we'll just put them around in a couple of places on the board like this. And there you have it, you see. It's
Where
very
did you
easy.
find this?
Oh, this recipe
Recipe.
came from Gervais Markham from about 1615, this recipe. And in fact, there were lots of recipes like this, Salma Gundys they were called. And it was just a mixture of everything that was sweet and savoury or soft and crunchy, but giving just lovely combinations.
And very healthy, I would
And
have
very
thought.
healthy, yes. We could either go with an orange dressing or verjuice.
What's that?
Well, it was actually sour grape juice that was used a lot. Try it. Just try a little spoonful. I don't know if you're going
I've
to like
seen it mentioned in
Oops.
books and things,
Probably
but
too much.
never really known what it was.
Well, it's made from sour grapes.
You rotter!
You didn't like
I
it.
thought that was going to be really, really delicious. Oh. Well, that looks absolutely lovely. Well, I think it's a question of join us after the break. Welcome back. Well, I'm in Buckinghamshire finding out about 17th century angling and hoping we'll catch something so that our chef Veronica Shaw can turn it into a Puritan feast to feed our hungry hunter Mike Sando. But first I have to pick Mike's brains about our 17th century man Isaac Walton. Hi, how are you getting along with your 17th century rod?
I wouldn't stand here all day with this for long, I would have think. It's a bit heavy.
Yes.
Bit heavy.
What kind of fish are in this lake?
Carp, rudd, crucian carp. There's varieties of carp. There's the large variety, which is the common and mirror version. There's crucians, which is the ones I like, the little ones. They only run up to about 3 or 4 pounds. Roach, and that's all I know of today that I know here. There's 4 species there that I've seen.
Walton the man. Now
He was
what
a
was
Puritan,
his
wasn't he?
background?
He was a Puritan.
He may have been a Puritan, but he was a bit of a lad, wasn't he?
He had some things he liked, you know.
Like what?
Well, he liked, he had a little bit of a taste for milkmaids, the taste for milkmaid.
Oh yes.
And apart from the fact that he was a wonderful writer, of biographies.
I mean, he's known for the book The Complete Angler. What is so special about it?
It's like reading someone's diary. You're immediately there, back there in 1650. You're fishing. You're reminiscing about how you're fishing, and that's what's good about it. It's a very easy read book. And when you think people try to get easy read books nowadays, that is what The Complete Angler is, and that's why it's been reprinted all those many times.
Would somebody not interested in fishing enjoy it?
Yes, they would, because it's interesting. It's historical, obviously, because of the years, but it's very interesting. And the fact that it is about what went on around that time and people can relate to it, you know, this is what it's about.
Oh.
Oh, yes! I think we've got one on here. This is a fair old fish. This is something else. Grasp that net and just put it down low.
Yes.
And we're bringing the fish in.
Yeah.
Carefully. Marvellous.
Veronica, where did this recipe for carp come from?
It came from our friend Isaac Walton in his Complete Angler book. He wrote quite a few fish recipes in there, and this one for carp is wonderful. It's got just such wonderful, good flavours, and we're just going to sort of salt it over like this.
So the ingredients we've got here, are they for stuffing it with or sticking round it?
No, we're going to cook the carp with all of these ingredients. So we've got salt and pepper, and we're going to put some extra fish into it. So we're going to put anchovy with it and smoked oysters, and then also lots of nice fresh orange and lemon rind, which was the fashionable ingredient. And we're going to add some little spicings to it, some nutmeg, some clove, and we're going to put some ginger, but we're also adding two other ingredients which actually didn't come from Mr. Walton. It came from Joan Cromwell.
Oliver's?
Yes,
Oliver Cromwell's wife?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
And
she spiced it up a bit,
yeah,
did
she
she?
spiced it up, because this dish is actually running through quite a few cookery books at the time, and she added ginger and garlic to it, which we're going to add as well.
Now the nutmeg and cloves and things were quite expensive. Would this have been a recipe made in affluent households?
Yes, it would have been. I mean, the thing is that all spices were very expensive, and this would not have been something that would have been done in the average small household.
I'm not used to slicing garlic. It usually goes in the old garlic press.
We're doing it the old-fashioned way this time.
Did they then mush it up with salt?
Yes, they could have done. That would have been an easier way of doing it. And then we've got all these lovely preserved fish, because obviously fish was quite difficult to get.
Was it?
Fresh? Well, yes, because if you imagine if you came from inland, you would never have access to fresh fish from the sea. And you would have to go to one of the, like the monasteries. The monasteries all had their own ponds where they had lots and lots of fish in the ponds.
So that's where the carp came from? It
Yes.
was a fresh water out of a pond?
Exactly. I mean, you would have gone to fish it just like you did today, but they also liked to go to the estates. The large estates all had their own ponds, and they would just go and beg, steal, or borrow a fish from there.
So they were farmed a bit like the sort of trout
Exactly.
farms
Yes,
today?
exactly. We always sort of tend to think that this was all brand new idea and new thinking, but in fact it's been going on for a long time.
Why was so much fish eaten if it was quite hard to get hold of?
Well, there were laws, of course, that made everybody have to eat fish on certain days. There were a huge number of days in the year when fish was had to be taken. Saturdays, Fridays, and Wednesdays. Then lots of days during Lent. They had to have fish as well. So consequently, it was really quite hard for them to find the fish. This is lovely, Jan. You've done a wonderful job
Well,
on
I haven't
this.
really.
This is great.
It's literally
The
just
smell.
chucked in like that.
Absolutely. Some of it gets sort of slightly stuffed inside the fish because it's all going to cook in there together. And we're going to put in these bundles of herbs. Isaac Walton suggests we bundle them up. We've got lots of rosemary here, we've got thyme, we've got marjoram or oregano, and obviously a little bit of parsley as well.
Oh, that's the big parsley. Did
Yes,
they have the
yes.
small parsley in those days? or
They
not?
they grew wonderful herbs. Everybody had a wonderful herb garden on the big country estates, and then even a little tiny country cottage like this one, you'd have your herbs growing by your back door. Now, he
Wine?
suggests, yes, we pour some wine onto it, some red wine, which of course is also quite unusual for
Fish.
for fish, yes. Okay, so we're just going to put some little slashes into this.
He's got a tough skin.
Fish. He has,
because that
hasn't he?
knife
Yes.
was
I
incredibly
know it's very,
sharp.
very sharp, but we're just wanting to open it up just a little bit so that the steam and the actual wine gets in there. So we're going to put it into here like this.
Medium temperature?
Well, it's
Medium.
quite a high temperature
Is it?
to just get the thing going, you
Yes.
know? And it'll probably need to stay in there now for half an hour to 40 minutes. And we'll see what he looks like, see if he's ready then to devour.
That looks a mighty fine carp. Prepared to my recipe, I hope.
Absolutely. Yes. Spot on, your
Shall,
recipe.
shall we take a
Yes,
slice and
yeah,
see
why
what
not?
it's
Let's have a
about?
go.
I think the man of the house would have served the meal.
So how are you finding it?
I think it's very good.
And it's a nice fish. It's much, I thought it would be a much tougher fish. It's nice.
But it is nice. It's quite delicate, isn't it?
It's
You're
all
going to
sort of
have some
once.
salad then.
I'll have some
Shall I
salad.
move this over here
I have
out of the way?
some pansies. I fancy some pansies.
You fancy
actually.
pansy, do you?
I tell you
Okay.
something.
Can
I'm
you eat
going
the
to
pansies?
have.
Of course you can.
And-
They're all from the garden. They're great.
Some olives there. I like some olives.
Yes, you like some olives.
I do
okay.
like olives, yeah.
Right.
I'm going to have a
Mix them
little
in with
more
my rice
fish.
and that.
It is delicious. It's a very delicate flavour.
It is, isn't it?
Would you like some more of this frumenty?
Yes.
Is that the right pronunciation?
Yes, it is actually. Sometimes people call it firmity and it's
Oh.
spelt a different way, but quite often that would be the sweet one. What does this sort of savoury one remind you of?
Couscous.
Yes, it is. It's like it, isn't it? And tabbouleh.
Yes. Well, there again, it's the Middle Eastern influence,
Absolutely
isn't it, from
right.
the Crusaders?
Yes, right,
It,
yes.
it's lovely. I'll tell you what, I know that their living conditions were perhaps not all that sanitary and rather cold and everything else, but their diet was, if you were, you know, quite well off,
Yes.
was very good. I mean, look at him, he lived to
Yes.
90.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Still going strong.
Yeah, I'm still going strong.
Well, with our replete Complete Angler, we leave the 17th century and hope that you'll join us again for some more culinary capers on A Cook Back in Time.